Welcome to the RDC cheat code for upper body session. So what I'm going to be doing is running you through an upper body session, what typically we do in our programming, so that you can go away and actually program yourself, your own upper body sessions, if you'd like to do it like that, So we're going to get into this. But firstly, my name is Patrick Searson. I've been running RDC now for over 8 years. And we've trained over 2,000 athletes. We've got guys that are professional. We've got guys that are 50 years old that just want to feel good on the field. So I've trained them all. We've done them on different programs. Now, let's get into it. So the first thing you want to think about when you're doing your upper body sessions, like I'm trying to get as much out of a session as I possibly can. So I hate wasting time. And when I look at some upper body sessions that people do in the gym, they're coming from bodybuilding, or some fitness influencer, and it's just not going to work very well. And it's mainly because a lot of guys are using PEDs, steroids, these sorts of things, which the rules change. Okay, and most people are natural. Playing rugby, you need to be natural. I've versed guys that haven't been, but that's a different story. What we need to focus on is, well, how much can you actually recover from? Okay, and how much do you actually need to do in order to grow? Okay, and also we also want to spend as little time in the gym as possible so that we get maximum results from the gym work while able to maximize your skill work. Okay, because if you want to be a good rugby player, then you actually want to maximize your skill work, and the gym work is just assisting you. Okay, it's assisting you with getting bigger and stronger, which then can help you out in the field and can help reduce injuries. So let's get stuck into it. So like when you walk into the gym, what do you want to do? A lot of people will walk in and they'll jump on the bike and they'll do their cardio first. They'll try and warm up. But I don't like that, especially if you're doing cardio first. And because if you're doing cardio first, what you're going to be doing is you're taxing your nervous system. Okay, when you tax your nervous system is your central nervous system. All right, you're going to get less results out of the gym. Okay, which means that with the work you're doing in the gym is not going to help you out anywhere near as much as what it should. Okay, so don't do your cardio first. If you want to do some cardio, do it after you do your weights, right? Because you want your nervous system as fresh as possible to be able to lift as well as possible to get the best results. So, what do we start on? So say we're doing an upper body day. So a lot of people will do their first movement as their bench press. Okay, well, I actually do all my accessory exercises first. So when you think about the accessory exercises, these are exercises that usually get told as the small muscle groups. Okay, what I like to do is like the support muscle groups. So external rotations. Okay, so external rotations and barbell press. And bench press, right? So if you think about your bench press, what I like to do, this is just for my warm-up, is just go light with the bar, okay? And what I want to do is actually stimulate my nervous system. So if I'm thinking light with the bar, stimulate the nervous system, set myself up. I like to have a little arch in the back, feet on the ground, and I like to use a mid-grip most of the time, okay? And I'm moving the bar fast. I've gone so fast, I've lost my microphone. Okay, so that's what I do first, in conjunction with something that's going to actually help out my shoulders get warm and ready for that movement. So one, I'm warming up for my big movement. So my big movement in today's session is actually going to be my bench press and my chin-ups. They're my exercise that I'm going to get the most results from. So what I'm doing is actually just getting myself ready to do that. Okay, so I'll be building that weight up slowly. So I usually go 10 to 20 reps. I start with 20 reps at the bar, just moving it fast, feeling good, all right? It's not taxing my nervous system. It's not heavy enough to do that. I'm not going to failure. If 20 kilos is heavy for you, then you probably need to do just a stick to start off with. And then I would use a dumbbell external rotation, something like that, or some sort of rear delt fly. So let's just get a dumbbell. This is just an example. There's lots of ways you can do different external rotations, which will hit different parts of your external rotators. Okay, so I might do 10 of these in between. All right, I might have 2 of these, and I'll do either some rows like this. It's a bit light for this, but just an example, I might do some rows, and I'll really get the lats fired up, because if I'm going to do any sort of pressing, right, you want to get the rear of the shoulder, you want to get all the back muscles fired up. Okay, when you have the back muscles fired up, the more stable the base you can press better. Okay, and that's why when you bench press, it's very important to have your back muscles switched on and pulled down. So, now, that would be my warm-up. So to have some sort of row, okay, for my lats. It could be a ring row, it could be a single arm row, it could be a hanging, and I could be pulling down my scapulas. There's lots of different options there. I will have some sort of external rotation working my external rotators. So I just showed you one, and I'll do some sort of exercise which I'm actually going to do for my main exercise. And that's just getting me warmed up. Okay, and I'll do it for speed. I'll do that for about 3 rounds until I'm starting to feel like, yep, I'm switched on and I'm ready to lift. Okay, when I'm ready to lift, I'll have, for my beginners, I usually have 2 main exercises with some neck work. So beginners and then advanced are different, okay? So, and my rep ranges change. So if you're a beginner, my main work will be higher rep ranges. Okay, higher rep ranges, because I want you to actually learn the movement pattern. Okay, so if I can get you to learn the movement pattern, then you're going to get better results fast. So I usually start with higher reps, 10 to 12, sometimes a bit higher, and then I'll sort of come down. Okay, and as we go through the program, so I give a new program every 3 to 4 weeks, just so we keep on advancing. As we go through the programs, what happens is I will actually give you more sets and less reps. All right, and this allows you to get stronger and stronger. So you'll see for my advanced guys, we're often doing 8 sets of 2, 8 sets of 3, 10 sets of 2, 10 sets of 1. I've done even more. So we get stronger. Okay, and my clear focus is to get people strong, and then properly strong, and to fire up as much motor units as possible. Now I've gone off my rant. Let's get into our bench press. So say so B1. This is our main lift for today. It's going to be my bench press. So you could do it a mid grip, which would be just around your shoulder width. Okay, a close grip would be here inside. Okay, that's my main go-to. Usually for fairly flat back, heels on the floor or on the toes. I don't really mind which way you go with this. Okay, and you're pulling down into your chest. You're using the shoulder blades. Your shoulder blades stay down into the bench. Okay, and you're pressing through. Now, I also occasionally will get my clients to do a wide one. So I'll use a phase of wide, which will change the dynamic. When you do a wide, you do want to make sure that you get that back arch. So you come down, you pull on the bar to get you up, arch up, pull yourself back, and then push your feet into the floor. That creates the arch, which then pulls down the shoulder blades, which allows you to do a wide grip bench press without hurting your shoulders. And you'll see that style of bench press more in your powerlifting competitions. Less range, and you're actually a bit stronger out there. Now, the thing you do with it, so like you could just keep doing that, right? But like I said, I like to make the most out of your time in the gym. I don't want you spending all the time in the gym when you got other things to do. You got work, you got school, you got whatever it may be, okay? So like, let's try and make the most out of your time in the gym. Let's say you got an hour in the gym, let's get the most out of that. So the more advanced you get, the more, the stronger you get, the longer the rest will become. Okay, so then we can get more stimulating reps. Okay, so we can get more reps, which are recruiting more high threshold motor units. So I would rest between this. I'll do 2 minutes, and then I'll go to something like a chin up, which is the opposite, it's the antagonist. Okay, so I'll go to a chin up, and then I would complete whichever rep scheme I'm doing of that. So like beginners, maybe I'm doing 12 reps, so maybe I'm doing 8 reps. Now you could also use a row. That would also work well. You could do a single arm row or a bent over row, something like that in that space. So that's the main exercises for the whole program. Okay, so that second slot, after you do your warm-up, that is actually going to be where you get most of the results. Okay, is in that next period. Okay, and that's because this is where your hormones are going to be at their best level, and two, your nervous system is ready to fire. Okay, so that means you need to make sure that when you're doing that main block, you're going to get the most out of it, right? So you're putting the most effort in there, because that's where most of your results come from, and then a little bit of results come from after that. And like I said, you're probably not taking steroids or any other PEDs, so the rules for you change to other bodybuilders and stuff you see on the internet. So you've got your warm up now. You've got your two main exercises. Some sort of press for your upper body. Now this could go for, you could do a shoulders exercise for this. This could be a seated. This could be a military press. This could be a dumbbell press. I often start off my beginners with a dumbbell press in a neutral grip, because most people have done a lot of pressing here, but they haven't done much pressing here before. Okay, and that can really help out the shoulders. Right, it can help the longevity of the climb, and that's what I'm all about, is the longevity of your lifting. So they're the options that you have. There's so many options you can have there. The bench press is a great option because you can keep loading it up. You can keep getting stronger there. But in saying that, dumbbells are a great option too if you want to be good at dumbbells. There's just a lot of coaches and teams will test that, so that's why we do it. But my beginners, I don't touch it until the second month. And that's because I'll find I get better results without doing it and doing other stuff first. Now, and I do have stories about that. Like I built one kid's bench press up to 150 kilos. And for 1 month of that, we actually didn't do bench press. Now, we've done that. Oh, yes. So now we're up to our accessory exercises after that. Okay, so during your workout, you have about 20. So if you're building strength and size in your workouts, then you have about 20 to 30 reps there, which are going to actually bring you most of your results. Okay, and that's why I say those main exercises are where you're getting most of your results from. So because you know that, then okay, well, if I'm putting all my effort into that, where do I need to go after that? So what is then your accessory? So accessories after that, I would use something like a dip, okay, or an incline press, something that's changed the angle. So now we're on the flat here. We could change the angle here to an incline. We could go a high incline, and we could do an incline press, okay? And with this, because most of our big block of work's already been done, I'd only usually do about 3 sets of this, okay? You won't get massive growth on this one during the blocks. You might get, you should get some, but you won't get massive, okay? The other ones should grow more. And each week, I should be saying that you should be going up 2% at least, okay? And that's why it's a really good idea to have things like this with you. So these are fractional plates. These ones are 1 kilo. Let's get these ones out. These ones are 750 grams. So, that's going up. I could put these on, and that's going up by 750 grams. That means every week I can go up in weight. Because that's actually one of the most important things that when you're doing your upper body workouts, it doesn't matter what workout you do, you actually keep on improving. So each week you add on just a little bit more. Okay, and then you do that cycle of how many reps you're doing, as in sets, for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, then you can change it. And you can change the exercises slightly. You don't have to change it all, but changing the reps, okay, and going between an intensity phase and an accumulation phase, which is higher in reps, will actually really help you recover and keep on going and not need a deload. Okay, so there's lots of things that you can do. Now, if you may be a bit more advanced, what I like to do is actually do, say, a bench press, and then do an explosive exercise, okay? So a bit of contrast training, and it really works well with leg training, but you could grab something like a ball, and you could throw the ball, that would be explosive. You could do some explosive push-ups. And how it would work is you do the bench press, and you go straight to the explosive. and then you would rest. Okay, you'd rest 2 minutes, and then you go to the chin-ups, and then you do the explosive one straight after that, and then you would rest 2 minutes. Then you could go back to the bench press. So, and that would be the whole workout, and you would be done. Without having to do a whole bunch of different exercises, you could be done in under an hour to an hour, and you would be getting stronger, and with that strength, you should be getting faster because, unless you're putting on a lot of fat, then you shouldn't actually be getting slower. And, you should be getting fitter. Because if you get better at moving your own body weight, you get stronger pound for pound, then you will be fitter, all right? And doesn't mean you can't get away with not doing any cardio, but it's going to help you for when you get to do your cardio on the field. Okay, so I'm going to go through it again. We've got our warm-up exercises, which is all based around what you're going to be doing for that day. So, if you're going to do bench press, you want to do some fast bench presses, you want to do some dumbbell external rotations, that's going to help you. You want to do something for your lats to get them ready to do your chin-ups or your rows. Then you're going to have your main blocks. Your main blocks are the most important ones. All right, and this is where I like my long rest periods, and I like to do antagonists. Not all the time, but a lot of the time I'll do my antagonist sets. So I'll do a bench press with a chin-up, and I'll have long rest between them, and that means I can lift maximally for however many reps. Like I said, I have favorite set rep and set schemes, but I'm always changing it up. I like 5x5. I like 3 times 10. 3 times 8. I like 2 times 10. And if you count all these reps, there are about 20 reps, because like I was saying, there's a maximum number of reps that we can get that actually have an effect on our training. And then if you're advanced, you can add in things like throws and power things in between those, which will come to great effect to helping you produce more force and learning how to move things fast. So, I think that's all of it. And then you have your wind down, you have your accessories after that. So you have movements like that are really good for full range movements, like your dips and your incline press. And then you can have your single arm rows or your barbell rows in there. Lots of different options. You can have some sort of carries there. I like doing carries last sometimes with the core and just overall grip strength. So lots of different ways, but I hope this video has really helped you out. And so you can go and make your own upper body workouts and come back and tell me how you go with them. Your new app will be out very soon, and you'll be able to log all your workouts in my app that'll be free, ready to go. So, but besides my programming and my coaching will not be free, but you're welcome to jump on. I'd love to coach you. And yeah, let me know how you go. Please send this to your friends, subscribe, and we'll see you around.